Lion versus grizzly bear. Which of these two apex predators will emerge victorious? Both the grizzly bear and the African lion are the most dangerous carnivores on our planet. The African lion and the grizzly bear are two common animals in their respective continents. People throughout the world believe that the American grizzly bear is one of the deadliest species of animal out there. The African lion, also recognized as the king of the jungle, or more precisely the king of the savanna, is among the most brutal predators. These carnivores are extremely dangerous and remarkable wild animals, but they're both capable of holding their own in an intense conflict with one another. Size and description. An adult African lion's length can range between 9 and 10 feet, about 3 meters from head to tail. The average weight of an adult can range anywhere from 330 to 550 pounds, or 150 to 250 kilograms, with the average weight of an adult lion being closer to the top end of that range. The powerful forelegs, claws, and teeth that lions possess enable them to pull their prey down to the ground level where they may kill it. Their bodies are powerful and durable. The bodies of adult lions have a yellow-gold hue, and their thick, natural hair can range in color from blonde to reddish-brown to black, depending on the animal. There is evidence that age, genetics, and hormones are the elements that determine the thickness of a lion's hair, as well as the color of its fur. Grizzlies are enormous animals with a high forehead and humped shoulders, both of which contribute to their overall impression of having a concave shape. The continent of North America is home to the grizzly bear. The fur can range in color from brownish to buff, yellowish-beige color. The hair on the back, which gives the animal its characteristic grizzled appearance and are often silver or pale-tipped, are why the animal gets its name. Large adult grizzlies may grow to around 8 feet, or 2.5 meters, and weigh approximately 900 pounds, or 410 kilograms. Even as babies, these bears have difficulty climbing due to their large size and powerful straight paws. Some grizzlies, on the other hand, are astonishingly elegant and have been clocked at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. Their vision is weak, and they've been trained to attack people without clearly indicating why they're doing so. Hunting strategies. Lions hunt a wide variety of species, varying in size from rodents and baboons to hippopotamuses and Cape buffalo. But most of the time they focus on hunting hoofed animals that are medium to big, including zebras, wildebeests, and antelopes. Lions can kill elephants and giraffes, but they do it only when the animals are very young or very sick. Lionesses that inhabit wide savannas are the ones that conduct the majority of the hunting, while males normally feed on the prey that the females have killed. Hunting lions is perhaps the most powerful land-based predator that nature has to offer. But what many people don't know is that a significant number of their hunts are unsuccessful. In most cases, they will follow their prey from close cover before bursting forth and giving a super fast chase to bring it to the ground as quickly as possible. After jumping onto its target, the lion immediately goes for the animal's neck and bites it repeatedly until it's eventually killed. Grizzly bears consume many kinds of food. They eat things like berries, grain, fish, bugs, birds, and mammals for food. They will chase deer and moose, and will also consume carcasses when it's hungry. On the other hand, meat only makes up around 30 to 40% of the bear's diet. The rest is made up of various other foods. When the bear captures its victim, it kills it by biting it in the neck. The bear will frequently also bite its victim in the face, leaving deep canine markings that are easily noticeable. It has also been observed the bear would kill its victim by biting the animal in the back of the neck. Range and environment. During the Pleistocene epoch, lions roamed the whole continent of North America and Africa, and a significant portion of the Middle East, Balkan Peninsula, Anatolia, and India. Currently, sub-Saharan Africa is home to most of the world's lion population. In contrast, the Asiatic lion lives only in a small residual population in India's Gir National Park, which is located on the Kathiawar Peninsula. There are roughly 500 animals in this area. There are many different environments that lions may be found in, from broad plains to dense scrubland and dry thorn woodland. They are not found in the equatorial regions dominated by damp tropical forests. Once upon a time, grizzly bears could be found living throughout the entirety of the western United States and south into Mexico. This includes desert environments along rivers and the Great Plains. They were deprived of 98% of their natural habitat in the United States as a result of controlled activities and the loss of habitat. The interior regions of Alaska and northern Canada are home to a sizable population of grizzly bears. There's been a significant decline in population in the southern regions of British Columbia and Alberta in Canada. The population of grizzly bears in Yellowstone National Park and other areas of the Northern Rockies is doing rather well because of conservation initiatives that have been going on since approximately 1975. These bears are even starting to recolonize grassland ecosystems along the Rocky Mountain front in Montana. Woodlands, woods, alpine meadows, and grasslands are all common places for grizzly bears to be found. They favor the riparian zones found along rivers and streams in many different environments. Behavior. A normal pride of lions usually has around 5 to 7 females in their offspring, and may include a coalition of 2 to 3 resident males who have joined the pride from other locations. The pride is a fission-fusion culture, and it is extremely rare to find 2 members of the pride together, except for mothers who have combined their progeny into a crochet. Young males will almost always abandon their homes in quest of partners who are not related to them. The lion pride is most friendly towards members of its kind. The females either spend their entire lives in their mother's pride or form a new pride with their sisters. Grizzly bears are known for being exceptionally smart, curious, and having outstanding memory, particularly regarding locations of various food sources. Grizzly bears are active both during the day and the night. But when they're in places frequented by humans, they frequently change their routines to avoid them. Grizzlies will seek refuge in daybeds during the heat of the day. When mating or caring for their offspring, grizzly bears spend most of their time alone. Grizzly bears will enter their dens and enter a state of hibernation that may last anywhere from 3 to 6 months during the winter when food is scarce, the snow is deep, and the air temperature is cold. Now, back to the original question. Who would come out on top between an African lion and a grizzly bear in a fight to the death? Because of its overwhelming strength and aggressive nature, some of you would suggest a bear. Others would suggest a lion because of its cunning, ability to sneak up on prey, and its innate will to kill. The outcome of a battle between a bear and a lion would be different if it took place in the woods of the Rocky Mountains as opposed to the savannas of Africa. The fight between the lion and the bear is, of course, just hypothetical. The ranges of these creatures do not overlap, and even if they did, they would not interact and try to avoid one another. In any fight between a bear and a lion, the bear should be considered the overwhelming favorite to emerge victorious due to the size disparity between the two animals. The outcome of this conflict will depend on either the superior fighting intelligence and strategy of the lion or the ruthless assault of the bear. Neither can claim that they're more courageous than the other, but they have a variety of weapons and talents at their disposal. The muscles of an African lion are far more powerful than those of a grizzly bear. On the other hand, grizzly bears have a larger body mass and stand at a higher height than African lions when in combat mode. The African lion is a superior hunter and fighter to the grizzly bear because it must contend with much more difficult prey in the African jungle to obtain its meal. The paws of the grizzly are bigger than African lions, and it's much more beneficial to swipe more strongly during a battle. The grizzly bear can readily stand on its hind legs for extended periods, but the African lion can only do so for brief periods. Because of this fact, the grizzly bear has a greater edge over its opponents because it can strike more quickly. The mane of an African male lion generally serves to shield the animal's neck from any powerful swipe that a grizzly bear may deliver. The grizzly bear has more fat in its body, which is beneficial for escaping the lion's paw hold and evading its swipes because of the fat's slippery nature. In Yellowstone National Park, female grizzly bears are around the same size as lions, so the lion would most likely prevail in this matchup. On the other hand, if the two males of the species were to collide head-on with each other, the grizzly would emerge victorious. An African lion is much smaller and lighter than a grizzly bear. Grizzlies are capable of carrying twice as much weight. Even though lions have the advantage in terms of speed and skill, their ability to deal damage to a big bear like a grizzly is questionable. The claws of a grizzly bear are bigger and sharper than those of a black bear, and they have the potential to cause a significant amount of damage. They have a chance of coming out on top if it comes down to a fist fight. On the other hand, the fangs of an African lion are deadly when they bite. This may prevent the prey from moving or reacting in any way. Because of its lightning-fast reflexes, the lion can deliver a knockout blow to the bear by lunging for the bear's face or neck. There are several instances in which a grizzly bear thoroughly subdued a male African lion in both zoo and circus settings. In one of the incidents, a circus grizzly bear was able to kill an African lion with its paw swipes. The lion's fatal injuries were caused by the grizzly bear's tremendous swipes across its face, which ultimately led to the lion's demise. The paw of the grizzly bear had penetrated the skull of the lion, which resulted in the animal passing away almost immediately, as stated in the report written by the veterinarian. Because they can continue to battle until they're killed, grizzly bears are among the most dangerous predators in the world.